Aloha, everybody. This is Cathy Bilsky, the Quantum Leap, Let Light Unite. And this is April 6, 24. Today we're going to do some energy work on breaking down the CERN. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I just need to fix my Facebook page so everybody can see it. Okay. So today we're going to do more energy work on breaking down the CERN, the Hadron Collider Project, who wants to do some not very positive things on the eclipse. And then there's a government agency, who I will not name, but you probably know who they are, that wants to send 3 rockets up during the eclipse, into the eclipse. I'm not going to say they're insane, but I will. Now, we're also going to neutralize all the people out there that really want to manifest chaos and see everything break down. I mean, if that happens, do you know how many people that's going to hurt that are innocent? So, let's ask for the highest good to come onto the planet. And also want to remind everybody that on April 8th, the eclipse, we are going to do World Enlightenment chanting. It's going to be Hawaiian time, 5 to 6, Pacific time, 8 to 9, Eastern time, 11 to midnight. I have posted the chants on Facebook, and if I can, I will post them on the other social medias. It's going to be live, as we always do. And when we do the chanting for World Enlightenment, we always go anonymous because everybody's doing it for service and not for the fame. So I hope you can tune in and join us and really help us not only re-anchor world enlightenment to our timeline, but propel us farther into world enlightenment. Because when everybody's connected to the creator and to source, and they become an awakened spiritual being, they know better to hurt or harm. And everyone's missions will get easier. Whatever your focus is, when people are enlightened and they understand, your mission's going to be easier. So, let's do this. I hope you'll join on Monday, and let's do some energy work to neutralize the CERN. All right, for those of you who are going to participate, sit down, sit up straight, take a deep breath, exhale out everything that no longer serves you, and imagine all that unwanted energy going through the violet flame back to God. You fill up with your divine essence. So as you're doing that, I surround each and every one of you in a bubble of golden flame. I add to that the blue flame of protection, the violet flame of transmutation, the green flame of healing, and I seal you in the pink flame of love. And I'm going to call to all your teachers, guides, masters, the angels, the archangels, the cosmic beings, all the other divine beings of light to join us, the elemental kingdom, air, earth, fire, and water, all add their energy to amplify what we're doing. So I want you to imagine we're in this huge circle. We're all holding hands. And in the center, there's going to be this big Earth Keeper crystal to amplify our work even more. And above that, a bubble of light, which we're going to put the energy work in. So feel yourself again, connect with the creator. That energy comes flowing down through you, down your right arm into the next person. And as it goes around to the right, the circle is complete and we're all connected through our liked minds and our heart chakras. Now send love and light to the left. And as it flows to the left, the circle is closed. So only that which is light may enter. We ask the trees to join us and take this energy, send it into the earth through your roots so the earth remains balanced. Out through all your branches and the leaves so humankind can feel this really positive energy and be very uplifting and awaken them. We call to all the rock stones, crystals, and minerals, all the earth keepers on the planet to lock into our earth keeper in the center, amplify our work over 100,000 fold. We call to all the grids, ley lines, meridians, domes, obelisks, pyramids on the planet to link up with us and amplify this energy work. And I'm going to ask that everyone who participates receives a healing today, and that, oh, Mother, Father, it's not our will, but thy will be done. So be it. All right. In the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power, the sacred fire vested in me, I command. And if it is your, O will, Creator, I command. I call to Michael the Archangel, Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, all the cosmic beings, and the Creator to cut all ties to the Hadron Collider Project, to whoever or whatever is wanting this to work, including all money investors. As we cut the ties to all involved, we call the violet flame through all the cells, atoms, molecules, DNA of the machines to clean it up. Now we reconnect it all to the Creator, filling it up with divine love. We command it to be neutral and no longer function. We call the Ganesha to put many obstacles up to block them from finding and working with the God particle and misusing the God particle, or bring in any entity from any dimension into our timeline. For Ganesha to put up blocks around all the supercomputers so they cannot communicate by giving or receiving any info from CERN. And this includes all the Euro HPC joint existing supercomputers, which includes the Discoverer in Bulgaria, the Milu Zena in Luxembourg, Vega in Slovenia, the Carolyn in Czechia. And this also includes the supercomputers that are being built now, the Leonardo in Italy, the Duke Lion in Portugal, and the Mare Nostrum 5 in Spain, along with any D-Wave supercomputers. If the CERN is causing the Mandela effect by causing the destruction of pieces of the universe, represented by quantum fields, every time they run their LHC testing, resulting in the quantum field shifting us to the closest multi-universe timeline, while our consciousness is not affected by it at all. Envision the Mandela effect being reversed. See in your mind's eye any attempt to change our enlightenment timeline fall apart. See our timeline being reset to a timeline of world enlightenment. And every time CERN tries to change our timeline, let the blowback be it propels us farther into divine world enlightenment. Let any attempt CERN tries to create on the day of the eclipse on April 8th, which may include a demonic, multi-dimensional counterforce to this epic event of divine enlightenment intervention, fall apart. This is their hopeless attempt to negate the will, power, and light of God during the time of immense global alchemy that they hope to disrupt and pervert. Cancel, clear, cancel, clear, cancel, clear all their evil plans, putting in place our divine enlightenment timeline. Let's cut all ties to the symbol of Shiva that's dancing the cosmic dance of death and destruction, and the Hadron Project replacing Shiva with the symbol of Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. We ask Shiva to redirect her energy inward to the destruction of the Hadron Collider Project, but do it in a way no one will be hurt or harmed. The physicists at CERN claim they've discovered the characteristics of a ghost-like structure, an invisible entity, which can alter the path of particles. Now, before they can misuse this entity, let us cut ties with whomever the entity may have attached itself to, including the CERN. We send the violet flame through this entity, chain it up with whatever rock, mineral, or crystal that renders it powerless. Like kryptonite is to Superman, this entity can no longer manipulate particles of any kind. We tie and bind this entity and command that it's sent back to whatever dimension it came from. Let any Stargate time portals that are opening up for dark entities to enter be closed and sealed forever. And all those that are conscious of this, let them consciously close those portals and bless them that are doing the work. I called Michael the Archangel to cut all ties to any black magicians, secret societies, ET, Mormon group, Jesuits, the WEF, NASA, the Committee of 300, the Illuminati, reptilian governments, militaries, scientists, and any other being who has a God complex that are trying to manipulate the laws of nature on the planet, whether it is inside, on, or around the earth, to stop manipulating particles and atoms through the construction of their Hadron Project and or any satanic ritual misuse of any kind. If they choose to continue, I ask their higher self and guardian angels to put them in positions of harmlessness now. We see all veils of protection around that project being removed now. We see all veils of energy that's keeping the masses from giving this their attention be removed now. We ask that all elementals that create the Hadron that is being asked to hurt or destroy any life, human or elemental on any level, be commanded through the sacred triangle of humans, angels, and elementals to misfire, disintegrate, choose to malfunction, or generally be harmless and take the path of love. We command all these elementals of Hadron Project that are trying to create a God particle, misuse that particle, to no longer work in that particular harmony. Let heaven reward greatly all elementals that choose not to work with that energy to manifest it and choose to be neutral. We call on Michael to cut all ties to any machines and computers that are being used to do this, including any Tesla-related machines. Now, I want you to imagine all the computers and the ones and the zeros flipping. Flip, 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 11100, which totally screws up their computers. We're going to put huge magnets on them, not only on all the computers, the overdrives, and all the backup systems to erase all that information so that it will not work correctly. Now, as we cut ties, we call the violet flame through those machines to clean them up, fill them up with divine love, and as they recharge in God's energy, again, we command them to break down and keep breaking down so they no longer function. So let's imagine many faulty electrical connections that will lead to the rupture of a liquid helium enclosure, causing both a magnet quench and several tons of helium gas escaping with a mild explosive force. The incident will result in damage to over 50 superconducting magnets and their mountings and contamination of the vacuum pipes. See many electrical faulty connections between all 4,000 magnets. Now, this will close the facility down, yet we want this done in a way no one will be hurt or harmed. Now let's imagine all 7 detectors working in disharmony and breaking down now. Now in your mind's eye, imagine the LHC computing grid, which is an international collaborative project that consists of grid-based computer network infrastructure, initially connecting over 170 computing centers in over 36 countries. And we're also, of course, add what I mentioned earlier above with all the supercomputers and the D-Wave. Now, it was designed by CERN to handle the significant volume of data produced by the LHC experiments, breaking down, imagine them breaking down and losing all that info and data. And again, all the ones and zeros are flipping and flipping and flipping. And we're going to put huge magnets on all their computers and their backup drives and the hard drives. So the information is lost. And all info on the God particle be lost and or made invisible, so no longer can be misused. Let there be many unforeseen LHC's electrical glitch, causing many blackouts, resulting in many shutdowns. See the LHC collide with electrons and positrons and not the protons, causing the LHC to slow down, resulting in shutdowns. The LHC does it with magnets. So see these big superconducting magnets losing their strength, limiting how much electrical current goes through the LHC. This will also result in several magnets losing their superconducting state, which is called quenched. During the quench, the magnet warms up, which in turn warms and pressurizes the liquid helium that surrounds it. When the electrical glitch occurs, the mechanical stress exerted on different parts of the magnet can be quite strong. So imagine the magnets that quenched were in the inner triplet magnets located at the left of point 8 of the LHC, which plays a crucial role in focusing the beams for the LHCb experiment or any experiment that they're doing. All right, now see the quench is creating a helium leak in these magnets, which will put a halt to regular LHC operations or anything else they intend to do. In our mind's eye, let's envision the cryostats of the triple magnets near point 8, partially covered in ice because small amounts of helium has escaped through a leak and filled the insulation vacuum. See, the M2 bellows have many 1.6 millimeter long cracks on it, which is the source of the helium leaks. Imagine a complete warm up of the affected LHC sector that cannot be avoided and thus put an end to the whole LHC physics and all their programs. Let their plasma and the electrical beams be hit with psychotronic radiation, causing the beams to malfunction. See their awake program crash and burn, which would close all portals they open up in Geneva and around the surrounding area or any area on the planet. We call to all the bugs, weasels, raccoons, birds, rats, fleas, termites, snakes, spiders, dust, and mold to infest all surface buildings that hold ancillary equipment such as compressors, ventilation equipment, controlled electronics, and refrigeration plants, as well as all the buildings underground. As these elementals create homes, they chew on all electrical wires, nest where it causes many shutdowns, causing everything to break down so the CERN ceases to function. And let those elementals remain invisible until they do their jobs and the equipment stops working. Now, we're also going to call to the trees in the area to join us in shutting CERN down. See the trees falling on electrical lines, causing many blackouts and shutdowns. And if the CERN doesn't have enough electricity, it won't work. So see all their electrical lines having many glitches, causing many blackouts, which causes the CERN not to function on April 8th. So we also call the higher selves of all operators, scientists, techies, all military and ET personnel connected to the Hadron Project. And we ask the Creator that if it's for their highest good, they become reconnected to the Creator, becoming awakened, conscious spiritual beings. So let it be done. As they reconnect to the Creator, they see the results of their actions and now refuse to hurt or harm. And for those that choose to keep this project going, I ask their higher self to help them become dyslexics and short out as soon as they enter the work building, and as well as touch any equipment associated with the April 8th project. We also ask their higher selves to put them in positions of harmlessness, let them be guided to better jobs elsewhere. And if the tunnels that are being used for the use of humanity, then we're asked that they're protected. And if not, them be damaged and destroyed. Doing this in a way no one will be hurt or harmed, closing CERN down for good. All right, so now let's put our attention on the agency that wants to send 3 rocket ships up into the air. We're also going to call to all the rats, the elemental kingdom, the mice, the rats, the birds, the trees, mold, all that, to invade where they want to send the rockets up into those buildings. And we're going to call the violet flame through all the rockets. And if they're being used for misintent, see them being cleared up by the violet flame, reconnected to God, and become neutral, to not work, to break down. We're going to command the angels in the elemental kingdom to go there and move wires for the elementals to eat up the wires so these rockets cannot go off. See them being misfired. See the people going into the buildings, into the areas, become dyslexic and putting in a lot of misinformation. And with all their equipment, the computers, the backups, overdrives, see all the ones and the zeros flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping, causing a lot of confusion. So the rockets don't go up this day and their experiment fails. And do this in a way no one will be hurt or harmed. And we're also going to call to everyone and the Creator, all the divine beings, to cut the energy of chaos and wanting incredible harm to come onto the planet. We're going to call the violet flame through it all to neutralize it. And wherever those people are and trying to put out that energy, we're going to put them in a bubble of violet flame to neutralize that energy. So it also neutralizes an intent and it has no power. And we're going to call to all the light workers on the planet and all the spiritual warriors and send them all the energy they need to do their work to help us propel our world and all worlds into divine enlightenment. Okay, guys, so let's fill this up with light and love and take a deep breath and release it. And I give thanks for this opportunity to serve. So I'm going to ask that anybody that watches this video later or listens to it, it's amplified over 100,000 fold. And I'm going to ask you guys, put it on as background, and you can put it on very low. So it's more of a subliminal, but that energy is going out there to help us manifest and to break all this down on April 8th and bring in and propel us into world enlightenment. So imagine now backfiring on them. And I want you to keep your focus on world enlightenment and how we're quantum leaping into world enlightenment and how everybody's connecting to the Creator and becoming awakened spiritual beings on April 8th. All right. So thank you for giving this energy. And if you like it, share it. We have to ground. So if you have the stone hematite, hold it till you're not lightheaded. And this is important because if you don't ground, then if you hurt yourself later on because you're in this high spiritual state, it comes back on me. It's my karma. So please ground. And if you don't have the stone hematite, then stand up. And I want you to feel the earth energy come up your feet, your ankles. You become heavier. You start pulling in body. You become very centered. You're very clear-headed now. And feel the earth energy come up higher. And as it does, again, you become more heavier. The lightheadedness goes away. You become very clear-headed, very balanced, very back in body, and filled with all these new possibilities. All right, now, if you're still lightheaded, then, depending on where you are, get dressed. Go find your favorite tree, put your hands on the tree, send all your excess energy into the tree. 30 seconds, more if you want, and then ask the tree to send you energy back, and it will, and you'll ground. If you don't want to do that, go eat something. Yay, what an excuse to eat. Or take a shower. That will also help you ground. And on that note, I hope I see you all on for chanting on the April 8th on Monday. And, it's a very simple, basic chant is, may divine enlightenment descend now on everyone. May divine enlightenment now awaken within everyone. We say that 3 times, we go on to the next chant. So I have posted them and you guys are awesome. So thank you and hope to see you Monday. Aloha.